Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video after being so impressed defensively with this free-to-play EZA Supreme Kai unit. I thought why not see how good this unit's EZA really is. Let's take him into one of the harder events currently on Global. We're taking him into the Fighting Legend Vegeta event, and I can immediately say I am still thoroughly impressed. So to start with, we don't even have the Supreme Kai on an ideal rotation. Like, I literally just have him on one of the main rotations in slot 1, purely just to take advantage of the God on a Realm of Gods team. That is it. So he's not even linked with someone giving them good attack links, giving them, you know, an extra defense from like Cold Judgment or something. This is just purely thrown on a Realm of Gods team just to see what he can do and how good he is defensively. And I have to say, as I said, I am still thoroughly impressed with this unit. As a free-to-play unit with God and some pretty decent attack and defense at the start of turn, as long as you're on a full Realm of Gods category team, he's up there. Or they're up there. I mean, either or. This unit is up there. Defensively, it is very good. For the majority of the... Actually, no, for the majority of the event, this unit is tanking for double digits. I think only on the God phase, and that's pretty much because they have type disadvantage, is the only time they stop taking double digits. And that's prior to supering, by the way. That is prior to supering. They do get extra defense on super attack because of raising superclass allies attack and defense by 30% for one turn. So they do get a little bit of extra attack and defense on super, but prior to supering, from the God phase onward, or actually should I say from the God phase till blue, so literally those two phases in a row, this Supreme Kai unit is literally taking a couple thousand, which, you know, I know God units with God typically take like double digits at all times, you know, especially with the amount of defense they have. But don't forget, this is a free-to-play unit. This is not a summonable unit, let alone a Dokkan Fest. This is a unit that has way less defense, like way less defense compared to a summonable unit, especially a Dokkan Fest or even an LR. So, for them to literally handle slot 1, which, bearing in mind, not a lot of units in the game can do very well. Not a lot of units in the game can handle slot 1 that well. But with a unit that has just over 100k defense at the start of turn before supering, you know, it's only 30% on super attack, but before supering, taking a couple thousand damage on a basic with God as a free-to-play EZA is still very impressive. Like, this phase, yes, they're taking like 14-15k. That's 14-15k, again, as a free-to-play unit with a lot less defense than pullable units. Excuse me. A lot less defense than pullable units, especially Dokkan Fest, with type disadvantage. So I know probably on paper that doesn't seem that impressive, but a unit that has a lot less defense than summonable Dokkan Fest and LRs, etc., taking that with type disadvantage is actually quite impressive. There are summonable units. There are a couple Dokkan Fest that on probably the same, I'll say the same phase, having type disadvantage without God will be taking way more than that on a basic. Like, way more than that on a basic. And I know that's quite obvious again because they don't have God. But as I said, this is a free-to-play unit with a lot less defense. So for them to be taking only 14-15k is still very impressive. And again, that's going in probably the most difficult slot in the entire game. Like, as I said, there are not many units in Dokkan, even summonable, or especially summonable, that can just go in slot 1 like this. You know, now they're taking like, you know, a little bit extra, like 16, 18, between 16, 18, and 20k damage on a basic. As soon as they super, couple thousand. Yes, it's not double digits as it was prior to like earlier phases of the event. But again, that's a free-to-play unit taking that much damage. So that is still impressive. This is a free-to-play EZA that can more than handle their own in slot 1, which again is probably one of the most difficult slots to put a unit in Dokkan, which not a lot of units can handle, and handle well at that. And let alone get you killed. Like, a lot of units could go in slot 1 and will actually get you killed. It will ruin a run. Not only will this unit not get you killed, or at least directly, but they can handle slot 1 in one of the harder events in the game. There are not a lot of free-to-play units in the game that can do that. And this Supreme Kai unit can. Especially after they super attack again. Getting extra attack and defense plus 30% on super attack isn't a lot, but it's enough to take them from... Right, literally, you just saw it. Taking about almost 20k on the basic to then taking like 3k. So for them to handle a slot 1 as well as they do in a harder event in the game, I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. Not to mention as well, they are a support for super class allies, which is also very handy. Not only are they getting that themselves, but they're also support. Good defense with, you know, not the most amazing support, but decent support. You know, attack and defense plus 30% on super, then the key +1 attack and defense plus 20% literally on their passive. So that's 50% attack and defense for all allies after they super, which is very nice to have. Very, very nice. And having a unit that is not only good defensively, like very good defensively, that is free to play, by the way, so everyone can have this unit. Also a very good support after they super is not a bad combination. And also not only that as well, they do recover 15% HP at the end of the turn when attack was received, which 15% HP isn't a lot. You know, recovering HP, you're never going to really turn your nose up at it. And this, as I said, is them on main rotation in slot 1, literally just thrown on the team. I didn't link them to anyone. I don't even know how many links they currently have active with UI Goku. Probably not a whole lot. If I'm being honest, probably not a whole lot. But with probably hardly any of their links active, apart from maybe one key link, they never struggle for key. They're never not supering. They're supporting everyone else on rotation, and they are running in slot 1 very nicely. So yeah, this unit I am really impressed with. I've also done a video taking them into ESBR, Realm of Gods, which they've also done really well in. I'll probably upload that tomorrow. This unit, as I said, as a free-to-play unit, this is probably one of the best defensive free-to-play units in the entire game. As I said in the showcase, the only thing that kind of lets them down, and by the way, type advantage as well against SSBE, which means they're tanking double digits regardless. The super attack, I mean, I might have an item active here, I might not, but they're going to tank a lot better here, just because they have type disadvantage. Now, if that was a regular unit, even a summonable unit, they would be taking so much more damage after they got supered and had their defense lowered. This is a free-to-play unit tanking that well after being supered by SSBE. So yeah, as I said, I'm impressed. As I said, the only downside to this unit is kind of their links, but as you're seeing now, they don't really need them. I mean, an extra 20% from Cold Judgment would be kind of nice. You know, having some of their links off so they do some extra damage would be nice, but, you know, considering how good they are defensively with the guard, especially on a full Realm of Gods team, you're not really bringing them there for damage. You're literally bringing them to tank slot 1. So that's not really an issue. The only thing that really restricts them, of course, is getting that attack and defense plus 30% with Realm of Gods allies. I mean, I'm not saying you can't not run them on a Realm of Gods team, but you will need probably quite a few Realm of Gods units on a different category, which, I mean, they only go on 3, which is Realm of Gods, which is obviously a full Realm of Gods team, Majin Buu, Saga, and Potara. You would need to probably pack the team out with at least probably 3 or 4, probably going with 4 Realm of Gods units for them to be okay. But I don't think they would be terrible, you know, without having the full team of Realm of Gods units. I do think they'll still do quite well, but as you're seeing here, for a free-to-play unit to go into one of the current harder events on Global, having a lot less defense and summonable units, they handled slot 1 very well. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments. Probably one of the better free-to-play defensive units, and I'll see you next video, guys, and